Okay, everybody, welcome back to Control. And we'll be starting the AWE DLC in this one. But first we have a case file that I got probably at the end of the last one, for the VHS tape procedures. Item was proven impossible to fully contain when in proximity of human beings. Item is to be sent to Redacted in the Redacted of the oldest house in order to prevent any future access. A VHS, video home system, tape cassette. Item will not eject from the television player used at the time its altered status became evident. The VHS plays footage of Redacted, entity A-001, which is Ati, cleaning a floor and dancing. This footage renders individuals incapable of movement, speech, or thought while the television screen is within view. This effect is estimated to last indefinitely, though the most time spent in this state by a test subject is 21 hours. Individuals only recollect hearing strange music during their entranced state. Footage plays on a constant loop, even when the television is not connected to a power source. Even when the television and its footage are contained within an enclosed cell with no window, agents in proximity have been driven to open and enter the cell by the item's entrancing nature. I didn't notice the numbers at the bottom left of all these is showing how many of them we have. 88, 56, 69, 57, and 30. That's a lot of collectibles, let me just say, and we don't even have them all. But anyway, we have the missions. I guess we'll see about, we'll just do this one time, I guess. Now, where was it?
Any luck finding the armory? None.
It was like downstairs or something. Yeah, if I can't find it real quick. Oh, dude, I found it by accident the first time. Was it down here? Oh, I thought he was still alive. No, it's not down here.
It's official.
I know that it is just a quick thing. Not quick thing, I mean. But there it is. It's something you can keep doing just to level up. But we'll do it one time just to see. Tier 1 challenging, okay. Expeditions. Undertake expeditions in Core Site Beta to earn unique mods. Completing each of the 4 objectives will dismantle the formation to reveal the rewards waiting inside. Tier 1 challenging expedition that grants rare rewards. Tier 2 highly challenging expedition that grants prime rewards. And Tier 3 most challenging expedition that grants absolute rewards. So I guess you have to complete each one before you can do it. I have 22 tokens. Player pierce damage, negative 75%. I guess we'll try it out. I'm not really into DLC where it's not, you know, mostly story focus. I'm cool with adding little bits of, you know, oh, they added costumes and stuff. That's fine, I don't care. I'm not gonna play the game just for that. But I don't really like challenge modes or anything like that. They can be fun to do once, or twice, but you know. Investigate and clear the 4 island sites. 25 minutes. Suddenly I don't know if I want to do this. Oh, well, you know I can just get through there, right? I love how it gives you a time limit, but it takes a certain amount of time just to get there. Burn the his corrupted material. Put it in the magic trash can, right? Or a furnace, I should say. Oh, stupid bird. Yeah, immediately, like, when I die, I'm not gonna do this again. I really don't like challenge stuff. Yeah. We'll get back to the main story stuff. I'm kind of hoping it just brings us back out there, so we can start it. But yeah, I mean, you know, we saw what it was. I don't care for it. It's kind of like in the remake of Resident Evil 2. They came out with free. So, I mean, that's something right there. But 3 DLCs that were... It was a small bit of story, but it was mostly just a challenge mode. And I was just like, I tried it, and I was just not into it. Yeah, we'll abandon the expedition. Because they were, I tried them, they were difficult. In the hunk mode, I was I was probably steps away from the end of hunk, and once you beat hunk, you get tofu, which is just a big hunk of tofu. And again, they're both just challenge modes, there's no story in those, really. But it was fun to try, you know, but I'm not going to spend 2 hours, 3 hours just trying to beat a challenge. Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, a dark place. Take the sector elevator to the investigations sector. Jessie receives a strange vision that mentions the investigations sector. She decides to look into the matter. Okay, so where is that? Here. We need the elevator, which I believe... Oh, it's right here. I thought it was upstairs for some reason. Executive sector, research maintenance, investigation sector. Now, I'm super excited about this because I love Alan Wake. Wish they had made a sequel. American Nightmare was like a little DLC thing, which wasn't great. I need to replay Alan Wake because it's probably been close to 10 years since I have played it. Wait, when did it come out? Was it 10 years ago? I don't know. But it was awesome. Now, is this a new... Wow. Yes, it is a new spot.
Hello?
Now, I've heard this one
Here?
is actually shorter than the Foundation,
Guess
but
not.
look at that map. Tractor Supplement. Burrow Tractor Supplement Materials. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. William Burrow, male, Caucasian. Case summary, 33-year-old man found dead on his property. Per police report, remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries extremities, dislocation right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma to the abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from scene. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Yeah. Can't say anything. Resignation letter. Redacted of redacted 2019. To whom it may concern. It is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of the investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our redacted, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigations sector lost to the redacted, loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The redacted has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Well then.
It's not working.
Yeah, probably needs power.
Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Staffing issue. Mr. Dennis, so yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing, and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it is your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Missing agents. Redacted 2017. Mr. Kirkland, here are latest agents confirmed missing. Presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, Researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, and Agent Derek Shea. Letters of the condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist beyond the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Darling investigation. Ooh. Official findings report Dr. Casper Darling, internal confidential. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigations D-084-5 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, Head of Research. Despite the accounts of Anonymous Redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such redacted contained there. One redacted confirmed the redacted's code name to be redacted, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible. Being classified under the highest clearance level, investigators were simply blocked from entering the redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into redacted research. Casey Inquiry. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detectives in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy, Special Investigator Gleason. Anything else? No, okay. So we have stairs right here that were blocked off. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morals desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected. But I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morals got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case. But that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off, and maybe get the comms guy working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Kino. Ethics investigation. Official findings report the Prime Candidate Program. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation of P-142-9 was launched into legality of the Prime Candidate Program redacted by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland Both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redacted and redacted were brought into the Otis house and placed under redacted examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic redacted of paranaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human redacted. This investigation team unequivocally redacted the prime candidate program and recommends that it be redacted immediately. Sometimes it's hard to know what it's talking about when there's so many redacteds. Tractor procedures. Bureau tractor. Containment procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. Description. Altered effect. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill, when last seen. Items capable of vocalized responses or growls. An unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. So like Maximum Overdrive? Seen that movie? Background. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Alright, so we need the battery to come up here. Ooh, let's see what's up there, and I think that's just, yeah, where these stairs lead. Cauldron Lake update. Again, I think that's an Alan Wake one. To Chief Investigator Dennis, it happened again, 3rd time this year. Something certainly has it out for the redacted. Could be raccoons, the locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House research station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on redacted Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might investigate in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Underhill background. Official findings report, Dr. Rhea Underhill. Summary. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the Otis House. She served with no incidents or demerits, and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector, and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the Otis House, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. So that's how she got to work here. Director of Investigation. Official findings report redacted. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, redacted was launched into the redacted of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in redacted witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive redacted when redacted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable redacted between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff, although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter. Witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's redacted as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any redacted, and that his fitness to lead is not in question. That helmet. Trench, official warning. Federal Bureau of Patrol, Kirkland. I am growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen? Hoarding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they are admirably taken on AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures, plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Well then.
There. Now the gate should open.
Specimen Escape Assessment. Official Findings Report, Incident Number A-49. Summary. The purpose of Internal Investigations X-039-7 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SL-1 that resulted in the deaths of redacted agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network on the redacted of redacted. The specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive redacted. Cross-referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1. The air filters were changed into an hour prior to the incident. A civilian named Alice, redacted, entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the same AWA case, it is likely that Mrs. Redacted presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the redacted. Investigation is ongoing. And control points. Wow, we've made it nowhere.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Blessed organization. Or blessed, whatever. Paracriminal profile, the Blessed Organization. Summary. This group individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer. displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of the altered item. Year I was born. 94, baby. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located, however. Their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Oh, it's the, yeah.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Kippis.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding.
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
Traverse the Ocean View Motel.
Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
Okay, so... Everything's on, it seems.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness. Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Okay. Shaded Fact is a new asset.
The thing that had been Hartman broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. The thing.
It's broken. Hello. Okay, so this one won't open. See if this will. No. Let's make sure we can't go over here. Whoa. That dude is, squished.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
I don't know, but there's a lot of files. The shit. Filing and Processing Operations
That
Center.
doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
Okay, control points. Here we go. Dang it.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Foot gossip. Hello, my feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Alright. We go over there. Service tunnel. Guess we'll start all the way to the left and work our way. Can't get in there. Why? Hartman arrest. Official arrest report, case number 74-WA-004. Offender's name, Hartman Emil. Victim's name, Alan Wake. Tor Anderson. Odin Anderson, redacted. Lane, Rudolph, DeSole, Wendy, Emerson, Thomas, redacted. Officer's name, Dennis, Special Agent Remy. Charges, Code 4, kidnapping of altered individuals, 1 count. Code 8, sanctions against altered organizations, 1 count. Code 37, obstruction of Bureau investigation, 1 count. Code 74, breaching of the Ash Act, 6 counts. Additional notes. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released by annual surveillance orders were assigned to each except the Anderson brothers due to their senility and Wake possibly deceased. He better not be. Because we need another Alan Wake game. At least game with him in it, you know? That's where it came from. Okay, so we have forward and to the right. It looks like if we go forward, it's kind of a dead end. Yeah, okay.
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here. guess.
Aim a powerful light source
Darkness
at the
is
darkness to
blocking the
destroy,
door.
just like Alan
So,
Wake.
Now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows. Light burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
Nothing in here besides lights. Yeah. So we have some more mold stuff in there. Really hurt myself there. I don't know if this is doing anything, but I remember before that destroying those were, you know, some kind of mission, but it doesn't look like it. Astral constructs. Construct surge. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered, or if their timer expires. Huh. So we get a new gun in this one. Okay, so evade cost after weapon kills -12. Ground slam damage after weapon hits. Accuracy, I mean, oh wait, we only get one. Ammo cost while levitating. Yeah, we'll keep with the accuracy, I guess. Press R2 to fire a single adhesive grenade. Okay. There's a light. Okay, so we got filing and processing to the left, fire break to the left, operations center to the right, and active investigations to the right. Ah, so this is the one that was blocked off before. Yes. Okay. Place multiple grenades by firing while L2 aiming. Stop aiming, then press R2. Okay, I know that.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made... The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're a new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden. Louder. Hartman was stretched like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
Damn it, I need a light. Okay, so this would kind of go more towards where we would need to go. Alright, I'm gonna keep this here. FPC reminder.
Reminder. All employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention. Employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time
Dang, I'm gonna need to keep a light with me, I guess.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilize surveillance.
Motel observation.
Agent Fisher, 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how, exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell going ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck, cooperate. Okay, there we go. All right, that was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway. I think I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time, or I swear to God I'll... What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
Weird.
Are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance, even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. Mostly just
We got 3 files over there.
That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I could hear the call bell going ding multiple times a day, but when I look,
Interrogation.
I'm supposed to stay out of sight.
Kirkland. So you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do, my job. Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. And they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words. Trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension. See if that slows me down. Agent Hewitt.
I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything.
Then we got active investigation back there, but at the moment it doesn't look like we can go back there.
The cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck, cooperate. There we go.
So freaking dark. Black market. Official findings report illegal altered item market. Summary. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well genuine altered and paranatural materials, was raided in redacted Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogations revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but that they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. A. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. B. These criminal individuals do not seem aware of the items' paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. C. The motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Alright, so that's just another bathroom. NASA Corporation Review. Interagency Corporation Decision, NASA. Summary. Following the NASA FPC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all space-faring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the cost incurred by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the Redacted far outweighs any spending related to the processing of delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the Redacted will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. Honestly, I thought at that moment they were going to get into, like, aliens and stuff. Oops. Alright, so we do have upstairs, because we can't get into there. I don't think. Yeah.
Darkness everywhere.
Another fine mess. Burn the dark.
Same old-blooded. The air in here is getting bad. The blood and you.
So, eliminate the darkness. Eradicate the mold. And shine light on the plants.
Standing up.
Adi, I don't have time for your stupid ass missions.
More plants. Alright. Let's go make some new friends.
Shine light on these? Alright. Did we see where this went? For the bathroom. Definitely don't go in there. Eagle limited supply. Event summary: a train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of paracriminal group known as Redacted. As a result of this event, 2 agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. In response, the Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies. The Shadow. Examination of paranatural entities, The Shadow. Summary. Paranatural entity A-010, aka The Shadow, is an aggressive redacted consisting of 3 known types. Type A, localized manifestations of sentient redacted, capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting redacted over its surroundings. Type B, shaded individuals, human bodies redacted by The Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive, but do seem to retain redacted of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Type C, shaded objects similar to Type B, except that inanimate objects are redacted solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, CAWE-35, which may imply a shared link to a redacted intelligence. The threat this entity possesses warrants immediate exploration of offensive-defensive measures. The investigations sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare for the eventuality of an redacted.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented. My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds. Incomplete.
Interesting.
This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. Light symbolizes...
Oh, this is where we were. Okay. Where do we put that battery? There it is. Are we able to take this out and go in there? Yeah.
Destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures,
Whoa.
we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, figuratively and literally.
Those things suck. Well, that unlocked this. Oh, so we need 5 more confiscated motive and 2 more shaded facet to upgrade it.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me.
Gotta get into the light. Need a battery for that. Battery for that. Gotta bring a light in there. Okay, so that's stuck in there. Oh, here it is. Oh, it does work. Okay. I didn't think it did, to be honest.
Shit. Now what? What is that?
Powered by hungry darkness.
Come on, elevator, time to go.
Jesus.
Don't like the light. I can use that.
Burn. Oh, okay. I know these go... One of these goes somewhere else. But where? Vending machine procedures. containment procedure unknown. Testing in the investigation sector is currently ongoing. Description: altered effect. A vending machine, its front covered in a Foxwood panel. Coin operated buttons for selecting food products. The item generates and stores a variety of material, both edible and otherwise, in its rows of internal trays. Initial testing suggests the item reacts to the mind of the individual in closest proximity and will produce whatever they subconsciously desire. Attempts to cause the item to create a living redacted have consistently failed. Background: the item was discovered in a nursing home in Redacted, Alberta, after a resident named Mural Redacted called a local news station about a magic vending machine. The news story reported that the nursing home staff was purposely stocking the machine with distinctive food and objects as a way to raise resident spirits. The Bureau response team encouraged this story while confiscating the item. Okay. Night Springs Screenplay, page 1. Note: this screenplay was found after the Bureau acquired the Night Springs television series and all its past episode scripts. It appears to be written by Alan Wake as part of an application to become one of the show's writers. Night Springs spec script. Episode Over the Threshold Darkly by Alan Wake. Host VO. Voiceover. It is only human nature to wish to control the forces around us, and even more so to possess them. But what happens when those forces are not ours to claim, or even of this world? What if they are in things you can discover? In Night Springs. Its secret lab, night. Where in a secret lab, the large sign on the wall reads, "The Federal Bureau of Night Springs. Scientist." I've told you several times, Director, it isn't ready. Director. It isn't ready. It's ready when I say it's ready, Doctor. Scientist. But the being beyond the portal, we have no control over it. Oh, I did not realize I could zoom. Ah, so now it needs to come up here. It is really hard to see. Shum 2. Next one goes up there. Yes. God damn. Hartman background. Official findings report. Dr. Emil Hartman. Summary. Dr. Emil Hartman is an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in Redacted, Washington. focused on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent redacted abilities they may possess with the aim of shaping redacted to his own benefit, which has earned him a Class II paracriminal designation. Note: for more on the link between artists and their ability to redacted reality through artistic mediums, see file redacted. Investigations have proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone. After being approached by the Bureau during the redacted investigation, he displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated, and released redacted months later. Having been deemed a negligible threat, his medical license has been permanently revoked. I'm guessing that's Hartman.
How do you like that?
So I'm guessing... Okay, through there... Well, we came up in the elevator. So the only way to go is here. Oh no. What the hell? I is confused. Maybe now we use the elevator?
What are you doing in investigations?
Jesus, don't scare me like that, Langston.
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It's a one-way system. Try to find an intercom.
I thought that was a sandwich. We got Eagle Limited, AWE. Then FRA, Morrow, AWE. Then Bright Falls, AWE.
Langston, it's me, Jesse.
I know. I can see you on the monitors. The cameras in there haven't worked since we sealed that sector off a couple years back.
Let me guess. You sealed it because of the monster guy.
Wait, did you see Dr. Hartman? Jesus, I really wish you hadn't opened that fire break. Okay, listen, you need to find Hartman and kill him before he gets out into the Bureau.
That thing is a person?
He was a person. We brought him here to study after he was, altered in an AWE. I forget the medical word for what happened, but now light physically hurts him. Do you have a flashlight?
No.
A lantern? Headlamp? Oh yeah, flare gun. Oh, Christmas lights. You could wrap them around your...
I don't have any of those, Langston.
Shit. Okay, well, I'm sure you'll think of something. I'll keep an eye on you from the Panopticon. This is kind of exciting, right?
Maybe from where you're standing.
Right, okay. Well, break a leg. Oh, why did I say that?
Okay, this Hartman thing can't have gotten very far. Let's go flush him out. Langston was right.
Familiar methodology.
This is kind of exciting.
It's just nice to have someone to talk to, you know? Ever since I got put
Find
in charge of
Hartman
Panopticon,
in the
people treat me
Fra
different,
Miro
like I'm
AWE
crazy
area.
for wanting to work with altered items.
And the Eagle.
People just don't understand the altered items like I do, you know? I don't want to brag, but it does take a very empathetic mind to connect with the items.
Doesn't want to brag. Right.
Handle paranatural materials every day, and no one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there, but when he's weird, it's charming. Altered items really aren't that frightening once you get to know them. If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing to worry about. I guess at the end of the day, we're still just wild animals scared of our own shadows. We're supposed to be on the same team, but sometimes it feels like it's every department for themselves, like it's a race and we're all trying to be number one. If it is a race, though, I'd say Darling is a mile ahead of everyone else. He was Trench's golden boy for years, but that relationship
Oh my
has
god,
been
man. How long
pretty
you gonna
tense,
talk?
or so I've heard through the grapevine. Not that I spread rumors, but, you know, people talk. Not me, though. I keep my nose to the grind. Too much work to do to focus on those kinds of things. I need to stay focused so I can get my work done and get home to feed Alfred.
He's just gonna talk forever,
I always
isn't
make
he?
it home for mealtime, so I have my neighbor check in on Alfred at 7 o'clock if I'm not back yet. She's very nice. Her name is Maria. She's older. She came to New York in the 50s to attend school and has been here ever since. She has a couple of kids.
Oh my god. What's this one? Evade cost after weapon kills -10. No. Already have one anyway. Weapon reload on shield ability kills. That seems useless. Confiscated motive.
Nothing but Thanksgiving. Big family. Very nice people. Anyway, she has a key to my apartment. She gives Alfred his dinner if I'm not home. I'm gonna have to buy her a nice fruit arrangement as a thank you after this. I'm missing a lot of Alfred's meal times. She's probably gonna have to go to the store for more wet food. I'll have to remember to pay her back. Hold on, let me make a note. Pay back Maria for Alfred's food. Okay. Oh, one more thing. And buy her a fruit arrangement. All right, done. Are you a cat person? I don't think I ever asked. You seem like one, though. You'd like Alfred. He's very proper. Really carries himself well, you know? I named him after my favorite poet. Felt like a good fit. I got Alfred just before Sylvia died when I was at the... You know, I don't really remember where I got Alfred from. But, boy, those two did not get along. Oh, no. Sylvia thought she owned the place. Didn't like me getting in her way. Scratched me more than once when I was...
Alright guys, I don't know if we had time for this dude, so we're gonna go ahead and end this part here.
That's kind of harsh.
Entirely, professional. You see, Sylvia didn't tolerate most people, or animals, or anything. And that's what I meant when I said...
I want to let it, you know, have him finish, but how long is this?
It was just, you know, hey, there's a light flashing on the console here. I got to, check this out. I'll get back to you later.
Real smooth, Langston.
Okay, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and end this one here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see you. Bye.